Welcome back, everybody, to Comic Shop Talk on the Late Night Chat Network. I'm your host, Nico, and joining with me today, as always, my co-host, Chris. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. As you can see, we're busting out funny hats now. We're getting,
That looking very festive.
that's right. Getting ready for the upcoming Christmas holiday here and Boxing Day week here before the New Year, of course. And we just want to let everybody know out there to make sure you like and subscribe. Make that your Christmas gift to Comic Shop Talk here. Make sure if you're watching this video, you hit that like button, you hit that subscribe button. You're subscribed to watch us with our weekly comic book reviews here. And thank you for tuning in this year. It's been a pretty crazy year all in all there with the Late Night Chat Network. We kind of shifted all of our videos back over from the Late Night Collectors community that we tried to go and start up this past year. And a lot of people have been checking the show out, so we really appreciate it. Thank you for that. And in between Christmas and New Year's, we will not be doing a Comic Shop Talk regular episode, but we do have our year-end Comic Shop Talk Awards, our third annual episode coming out next week after this episode. And then in the new year, we're kind of combining the 2 weeks of Christmas and New Year's of new comic book releases, which are coming out late because the comic books are coming out on like the holidays this year. Actually on Christmas and New Year's are the Wednesdays for the new comic book releases. So, I know a lot of you will probably, be late even kind of picking up your books and reading them that way as well. So it kind of works out pretty well. So later in this week, you get the Comic Shop Talk Awards. That's where me and Chris are going to be highlighting some of our favorite things that we've read this year and not so favorite things. And there's like 20 different categories. A lot of fun as always. So make sure to check out that episode. And thanks for everything this year. It's been really good, really interesting here with the Late Night Chat Network stuff. And so I wanted to kind of say that at the top of the show. But stay tuned at the end of this episode. After we talk about the comics, we're also going to be going over some new comic solicitations that dropped just in time for us to end out the year with here. And I think that'll be for, what is that, March? Is that February or March? I think it's March now,
It's
right?
March now, yeah.
March. Okay. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll be taking a look at new comics that are coming out from Marvel, DC, and I think I saw Image up there as well for March 2025 in the new year. So that'll be after we talk about this week's comics. As I mentioned, make sure you subscribe to the channel. This week, we're going to be talking about the new comics that came out for December 18th, 2024. And as I mentioned, December 25th and January 1st will be talked about the week of January 21st. So the next couple of weeks worth of releases, we're going to talk in the first episode in the new year about. Spoiler warning, as always, be forewarned. If you're worried about getting spoiled here, we are going to be showing off art and talking about what happens in a lot of these books. So, you can always read your books and then come back. All right, Chris.
All right, let's talk comics.
Talk some comics. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. All right. First up on the docket here today, we got Challengers of the Unknown #1, which is part of like a bunch of these new releases from DC Comics. Kind of revolving around the whole new Justice League kind of direction, as well as the new that whole dark side thing that happened with that new all-in direction for DC between the Absolute Universe and the kind of the regular DC universe. But anyways, Chris, what do you think of this?
Yeah, this kind of seemed like a companion book to the Justice League of America, or the Unlimited Justice. Yeah, it's Justice League Unlimited. Sorry, that's what it's called. And it kind of gives you some background about sort of what's going on in their new base. But what I found weird was how they kind of portray Mr. Terrific and sort of everybody around him. They seem to treat these people not so well, these challenges of the unknown. And I guess they're put out to check out these anomalies. And, I think one guy, they kind of really focused in on that guy, Ace, I think. And looks like he went through some things and, they allude to him being almost chosen as a Green Lantern. So that was kind of interesting. I thought the art was decent, but this is the first time I've seen sort of Mr. Terrific in a role here. He almost has like an Amanda Waller presence here. So I thought that's weird that they went out that way. That they went that direction. I thought it'd be all kind of hunky dory where everybody's all friendly, but it was okay read.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. there was a big info dump at the start of this issue, though, like to kind of catch you up to speed with like what's been going on lately. I guess for anybody who hadn't read that stuff, the All In stuff or the Justice League stuff, which is I guess needed. But I mean, I feel like this is only going to be like a mini series, and having all that in here kind of bogged down the story a bit for me. But I agree with you. I really like Mr. Terrific as a character, and it was weird seeing him kind of play up this role as as part of this team. Like, and I kind of understand the whole thing about them just being scientists and them thinking they're getting their second fiddle to the superheroes that are supposed to be teaming up with them to kind of help investigate this dark side stuff. So is like, was your takeaway from this that there's like dark side evilness now that's spreading as a result of him?
Yeah, that's what I got out of this. Once he died, is like his energy was sort of dispersed into the universe or something, which I'm not too keen on, but
No.
we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, because by the end of this, it seemed like there was a hint that something could have been affecting Superman or the team itself as a result of like the dark side, like
Yeah, like
evils.
what Mr. Terrific told what Superman's got to go back to wherever they were, Mars, and vaporize that sample or vaporize all of the material where they got the sample from. Because it seems to be imbued with some dark side energy or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, this was okay. I mean, I don't know. It depends like how busy of a week it'll be for me whether or not I check out the next one. But I didn't pick it up. I read this digitally, as did Chris, I believe. Right. So
Yeah,
yeah. What'd you give this?
I was giving it a 3.5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about what I would say probably about this. It wasn't bad, but we'll see.
No.
Next up, we got the conclusion of Plastic Man No More #4 here. Let me just show off my cover here. I really enjoyed a lot of these covers from this run. And yeah, this close up of him. Yeah, this is a series we've really been enjoying. What do you think of the conclusion here, Chris?
Yeah, things get a little crazy in this one too. Like Plastic Man he really falls to pieces there. I think at that one
Literally.
point he ends up just in a bucket. And, there's a lot of stuff between him and his son, and I guess they laid that on pretty thick. And I guess it was a bit of a happy ending there. His son really did sort of trust him. I like the stuff with Robin showing up in there, trying to dissuade him, and I kind of was happy how they took care of Robin pretty easily, and so they should, I'd imagine.
Hmm.
I get he's not expecting them to attack. These are both considered heroes, and with that the stuff where the Robin was talking to the Justice League, kind of going over that. I'm still unsure because that seemed to always be done in a different art style,
Yeah.
and I always thought that was how Plastic Man was kind of
Yes.
interpreting things, but he was nowhere around for that scene when he was going on there,
No. I like that
and
with his son at the end there. Like, I kind of
yeah,
like how he stood up for his dad. He's like, you guys clearly never respected him. So I'm out of here. I'm not helping you. Like, he was just like, oh, you can be the new Plastic Man. He's like, get bent, I'm out of here.
yeah,
I kind of like that end. How it's despite everything that occurred with him and his father's relationship, he's like, yeah, he was still my father, and I don't think that. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that it ended on that note because you're right. Like we almost thought that that was like an unreliable narrator throughout the story. Like maybe that was the way he was Plastic
yeah,
Man was perceiving it. But then they kind of doubled down with it at the end with his son also thinking that they just didn't respect him and walking out of there, right? So that was
yeah.
interesting. Um,
Yeah, I guess ties up all the loose ends there, and then of course, they're under the impression that Plastic Man is dead after he lights off what I think that nuclear warhead or something to try and stabilize his molecules. But then when he does show up in the end, is he like a hand or something? I had to zoom in on that picture,
yeah,
and I don't know how big he is. I thought he was just shaped like that because he was in the bucket, but
like tiny. Yeah, there's like a little part left of him, I guess, that survived the blast.
yeah,
Um, you know what though? I got to tell you, I wouldn't say they didn't stick the landing. I thought overall this is a great miniseries. I thought the ending was good, but I honestly thought it was going to go even darker and that he was
yeah,
just not going to survive. I'm kind of upset that they didn't double down and actually kill him at the end of this. And like you said, you see at the end, like he's actually still in the. Like, it was a nice ending. Like it was nice.
yeah,
Son got to like bring that watch for his mom that reminded her of better times. before like
Yeah.
he kind of went off the deep end in terms of like, like whatever he had going on in his life. And the fact that he was an absentee father to his son, like it was a nice ending. I'm just like, this was so dark and messed up along the way. I almost had was hoping that they just ended it on a super dark note and then he just got killed. But then they kind of gave
Yeah.
me hope, right? Because this is a Black Label book. Why not just do that, right? This doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but so maybe not the ending I was expecting or wanted, but that didn't make it bad. It was good. It was just, I kind of wish that he just got killed. Though.
Or at
Yes.
least something spectacular happened at the end. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
because you kind of have the explosion, then they go into this here where they're kind of just memorializing him and trying to offer the role, I guess, to his son there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then kind of Robin was also kind of like, yeah, he kind of stuck by his friend too, because,
Yeah.
they even had that kind of thing in this about how, they're not Justice Leaguers or Teen Titans. So they're not looked at as the A League essentially. So then he was kind of like, yeah, I don't blame him for like walking out of here. And he kind of stuck with his friend despite everything that had occurred. Right. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so not bad. I think overall, I'm gonna pick up the collection of this. I really enjoyed this miniseries. I thought it was solid, and
Yeah. I thought it was
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. What'd you give this?
Yeah, I'd give this issue a 3.75, but for the series as a whole, I'd probably give it a 4.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was gonna rate this for the series and this issue. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I just think they could have did more with this last issue. It was just like, and it's
Yeah.
only a 4-issue series, so like they did a lot. I think for like, I mean, they're oversized issues, but like they did a lot in 4 issues. That being said, I could have used maybe even one more issue. I felt like for this series, but that's
Yeah.
fine. It was good. Didn't overstay its welcome, like a lot of these friggin' books. I talk about. All right, next up, Absolute Batman #3. I got this Becky Cloonan cover here.
I just went with the A cover.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard recently, Chris, there's been a lot of talk about Nick Dragata's first issue of Absolute Batman sold for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Did you hear about this? Like, it's his art apparently,
Like the
because
original art or something?
yes, it's
Wow.
apparently like made like record, like I think it was like over 100 grand or something. I heard that the first issue sold for all the art, because Nick Dragata is an artist that's traditionally digital, and I guess his art rep had told them, no, for something like this big, this Absolute Batman, you should do traditional because you can sell your art. Because
Yeah.
digital, you can't sell anything, right? So then he did that, and apparently, I think he sold it for like a boatload the first issue.
Wow. Good for
That's
him.
insane. Yeah, good for him. That's right. Yeah. What'd you think of this?
I'm not too keen on them going into Batman's past. Let us get to know Batman of the present before we go digging around his past so much. I think they're relying too much on that, whatever, the backtracking there with him being a little kid and running around with Catwoman or Selena Kyle, I guess at that point, and then all his friends here. Like the stuff that was going on in present day, I enjoyed, with Alfred and that dump truck of a Batmobile. And I guess some things are coming into focus now. I wasn't too keen on these party animals, but they seem to be, under the control of Black Mask or Raymond or
Yeah,
Sionis or something.
yeah, Black
Which
Mask.
I'm not too down on that. I think he's a good character. I didn't see him too much in the other one. So like a lot of good things are going on, but I'm not digging this backtrack or this history of him.
The thing that kind of is bugging me about this, and like, I personally I like this, but I wish I liked it more. I think I felt that way since the first issue, where I'm just like, this should be blowing my socks off, like in a way where we loved, like for instance, like Ultimate Spider-Man this past year, and I feel like this book is just like it's getting all this acclaim, but it's not like one of my favorite books. Although I do enjoy it. I do like how he has all of his like the rogues gallery characters in his life are like all people that have connections that are able to help him. Like I quite like that. I had enough of the hat, Chris. You're like, I'm done with this. Too hot.
Too hot.
Yeah, I agree. I'm dying over here. That's pretty cool. Like I like how Harvey Dent is like his guy. That's like that's his lawyer, and Riddler's like the scientist. Like I like that. I like how like their actual jobs in in the other Batman series, or how they're helping him with his connections through the city, right? I
Yeah.
like that. I like that part of it, and I really like the Alfred relationship between him and Alfred in this. But then the whole thing with the mother and the mayor and then the way it ended, how he's like taking a deal from Black Mask in order to help the city. He's gonna step out of the way for a week or something. I don't know. That stuff's
You know,
I don't know about that whole bit of the
yeah,
story
that doesn't
personally.
really seem to ring true. And was that like Brainiac there, that AI that was hooked up
I don't know.
by the Riddler? It looked sort of like a Brainiac the way he was kind of
It did.
like, maybe an early version, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Yeah, so I don't know. The Jurgada art looks good. It's interesting because he's doing like a lot of smaller panels though. Like he's not doing as many big dynamic shots. Like he is in some pages, but for the most part, a lot of little panel work, which I'm not used to seeing as much of from him. I feel like, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I like to see his art. Like I don't like all the like. It seems like he's got him doing a bunch of nonsense scenes sometimes, which I guess not like there's like ones of people talking and stuff, but I just think
Yeah.
Dragata works so much better like when he's got like a lot of action and stuff to draw, right? So I guess he needs it. He can't be doing it all like that, right? So what'd you give this?
Yeah. I'll give it a 3.75.
Same. Yeah, 3.75 out of 5. All right, Chris, Catwoman 71.
Catwoman 71. I got a nice Frank Cho cover.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at this 1 second. Yeah, that's a nice one. He's doing that
And
old
then,
ballpoint pen, I think, too,
yeah, the
right?
ballpoint pen, and then I get some negative space there. It's been pretty much the only reason I buy this comic. The story inside isn't so bad. Selena Kyle, she's floating around Europe, kind of getting into the shenanigans, some spy sort of stuff like that. It's nothing to write home about, nothing big going on. I don't even know the characters. There's not even some big bads in there. It's kind of just some of her history that's floating up there. It's written by that Torrin Grumbeck. Not a big fan. It's serviceable, but I'm just buying these for the covers, and I still got a few covers coming down the road too. So Catwoman will still be on my list. As for a rating for this comic, I'd give it a 3.25. The art inside isn't great. If they had, I've just been looking through. DC's got a lot of great artists. Actually, I did read Nightwing, and the art for Nightwing is great inside there. I can't see why they wouldn't put somebody stronger on Catwoman. You can like even the art for the Challengers was half decent. It's some good stuff out there, but they just seem to be. I think they're just selling. Like I said, I think I've said this before. They're just putting this through for covers,
Yeah.
and I'm the sucker buying them.
Well, I mean, it drives a large portion of the market, right? Absolutely. Variance. I mean, that is the reality of things now. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so 3.25 on that one. All right, next up you got Rockefellers number 2, you read.
Yeah, we follow this. We read this first one. I saw the second one out there. I thought I'd give it a read. Nice little Christmas story. The family's looking for a Christmas tree. And I guess one of the little kids there, I guess from where they're from, it's illegal to chop down Christmas trees, which I don't know why they go to a Christmas tree farm to begin with. I don't know how they thought they were going to get this tree out to start out with. But anyways, so they kind of ditch that plan, and he takes a twig home, and I guess he sciences a new tree out of it, and the tree grows freaking out of control, and it escapes their house and then lives in the forest, and it's a giant tree in there. It's supposed to be a happy story. They still reference their grandmother. I think they find some birds and she names the birds there. And I guess the only thing that's really moving along this story is there's some bounty hunter from the future sort of looking for them. And what was sort of interesting is like, yeah, I guess he's scanning all these time zones or temporal time zones. And they did kind of take a peek into it's kind of a double page spread. And it went into Red Coat, Geiger's World, Hyde Street. So a bunch of the stuff that's been going on. Is I guess just a little nod to all the other stories out there. Didn't really have anything to do there. And he still couldn't find them, I guess. It's not great stuff. I'm not upset that I don't buy it. It reminds me a lot of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But I think Fantastic Four has just been doing it better now. Like more family type stories.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of for sure, the whole science family aspect of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah. What'd you give this one?
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5. It's still a fun read and good art.
Okay. And then next up you got Action Comics 1080.
Somehow I didn't think I'd be buying this freaking every week, but I don't know. He keeps on throwing it out there, and I keep on taking it.
Yeah.
So that's my issue there. And once again, we got the Superman chasing down some of the last Phantom Zone escapees. These are all on different planets. Once again, I think this is a great story that's just getting rushed through. Like these are supposed to be the worst of the worst, the Phantom Zones, and now I think he's fighting one guy that's just kind of a step below Zod, and they seem to take him out in like 2 or 3 pages. You have all these secondary characters that are taking out all these Phantom Zone heavies. I think they're hitting him with the projector and sending him back to the Phantom Zone. I guess the only interesting thing here was at the end is I guess the big bad in the Phantom Zone seems to have broken free, and he's out for revenge against Kal-El, his family, and his world. So we'll see how that goes. But I thought the story would have more weight to it, with all these characters that are in there. They just seem to be dispatching them like they seem to be beating these enemies just too easily. And I think one of them had some gold isotope or the gold kryptonite, which would erase Superman's powers. And I think he throws it at him, and Superman has some sort of brother friend that's been stuck in the Phantom Zone that's out, and he takes the hit for it. So, yeah. And there's a follow up with the Supergirl story in there. This had some interesting stuff to it. Now that I guess the secrets have been revealed, she seems to be kind of following these two people that are kind of the two sides of a different coin. I think one's fear and one's war, and without war, there's no fear. Without there's no fear, there's war. And Supergirl's trying to convince this fear girl that she doesn't need war. It's just kind of gone off the rails a bit, but it's good art, and
Good
it
art.
was
Yeah.
a decent story, but it's gone sideways for me.
What'd you
Yeah,
think?
so overall, I give this Action Comics a 3.25. It should be a whole lot better.
Yeah. Okay, so I got quite a few here to go over. I'm gonna try to be fast with a lot of these, since I got quite a bit I only read here. But let's talk about a couple new releases first, though. Get into that a little bit more. New Gods #1. So yeah, this is another book that basically is in line with the Challengers, Justice League. Like again, these books are all very connected with each other with the new direction of the Justice League Unlimited, and we've gotten the Question book. There's a couple of books that are all kind of taking place or spinning out of this new direction of the DC's All In. And New Gods, of course, Darkseid being being part of the New Gods, like that's where he kind of is from Apocalypse there, and that's where New Gods are from. So in this book, it's kind of following up on it. Darkseid as a presence and the fact that whether or not he's dead, and you kind of see what the actual New Gods are up to. The other characters, the High Father, he basically tells Orion that he has to kill the first newborn, because it's like there's some sort of prophecy or something that may come true, and they have to take care of it before it becomes an issue that this new god baby is gonna be a bad thing for them. And of course, who do we know that has had a child recently out of the New Gods? And that's Mr. Miracle and Barda. So Mr. Miracle and Big Barda, like in the DC versus Vampires, Chris, like when they have a kid in that, it's the same deal in this. But like Mr. Miracle has been dealing with being a father, and between the Birds of Prey and her time like at home, like he's basically being a stay-at-home dad right now. Like he's the one that's had to take over all the responsibilities. And there's a whole great scene in this where Orion comes to see him and basically warn him, like, High Father, I don't know what's going on with him. He's been weird lately. He told me basically to kill this child. He's like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, listen, I'll give you 7 days to get your Mr. Miracle, find a way out of this, take the kid and run. I have to do what this guy says, but I do not want to do this. So just get the hell out of Dodge, please. Because this is wrong. I agree. I shouldn't have to kill your child because we suspect that there's going to be some sort of prophecy as a result. So he warns Mr. Miracle, right? And meanwhile, like he goes and meets him out by like a park by his house or something, and Big Barda's like passed out at home, and you get all these good scenes of him like not knowing how to change a diaper and all this other shit in this one. So yeah, it's kind of following up on a lot of the like New God characters. Is this good for people that aren't familiar with the New Gods? Now I'm semi-familiar with them, and I still felt like this was like I don't know how somebody who knows nothing about the New Gods would take this. Again, there was an intro where they tried to explain a bunch of stuff, but I don't know. Honestly, like you said, you're not as familiar with the New Gods, Chris. If you picked this up, I'd be curious to hear. Like, read it. Be curious how, like, if you were able to kind of like
Yeah.
understand what's going on here. So, at the end, though, it seems like somewhere in India, there's another baby that these people had who are just like some nobody people. I don't think they're any New God characters, and it looks like their baby might be have powers at the end of this. So it looks like the Mr. Miracle's kid is probably not even the kid that they feel like they need to come and kill. There's some other baby somewhere, it seems like that. I don't know if the dark side powers because of his death or whatever. Maybe it's also latching on to people and making them these New God people, and maybe that's what's happened to this baby. I don't know. So there's a lot of books kind of working. I kind of dig the direction in DC trying to like kind of connect the dots with a lot of these books, but whether or not every book is hitting is another story entirely. But I'll give this a 3.5. It's a bit of a 3.5 week, honestly, with a lot of these books we're going to be talking about, but it's not bad. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. We'll see. Next up, I got Freddy the Fix #1. This is the first in line from like a horror line from Image Comics. This is like a magazine sized issue. And like, you know, like the other ones that they do, DC, Black Label, like the big ones. It's called Ninth Circle. And this first one's written by Garth Ennis, who, you know, of course, I'm a big fan of, and Mike Perkins on art. So I checked it out. The back of this book kind of tells you the setup, and it kind of explains it perfectly. Um, it's this horror skewed intersection of The Boys meets Ray Donovan. Now, if anybody's watched Ray Donovan out there, he's like one of these guys that works in Hollywood and people call him to fix situations that they get stuck in. Like maybe they killed somebody, like a prostitute or they're, you know, some sort of like shit's gonna come out in the news about a star and he wants it to stop. This is basically that. This Freddy the Fix guy is somebody that people call up when they need a problem fixed, but it's got a supernatural twist on it, and there's like monsters in Hollywood essentially. Like the first thing he has to clean up in the first part of the story is he comes in and a werewolf basically, I guess he went to have like some sort of maybe a gay encounter with somebody in a hotel room, and something happened to him where he transformed into his werewolf form and he ended up basically shredding this guy. So the guy's like, listen, like you can't be going to these like rendezvous in hotel, like these motels. This is gonna get out in the news, but I'll take care of it this time. And he like takes out like this thing that he has that has like some sort of magical creature in it that I guess is able to clean up like a crime scene essentially. So yeah, it's basically like the wolf from Pulp Fiction. It's any of these type of situations where there's like a fixer guy that people have to call on. But the twist is that it's like supernatural, and this is a world where the monsters exist, and basically he gets involved in this whole case here where he has to stop this, find out what's going on with this character called the Boogeyman. And the take that they're using for the Boogeyman in this regard, because it's something, you know, that haunts children, is that he's like a pervert, like a diddler child guy, like essentially. So, and it goes from there. You see whether or not he's able to take him out, and he deals with vampires, he deals with dinosaurs, all kinds of weird things exist in this world. The problem is, this is one of those stories that the premise of it sounds better on paper than it was in the actual execution. Like it's an interesting story. I respect Garth Ennis for going for it, but it was just okay. I would give this a 3.5 out of 5, I think, this week as well. I did like it, but I'm just glad this is a one shot. And I don't know. We'll see what else happens from this new horror line from Image Comics. There's a couple of other ones they announced with different creators. One of them sounds interesting so far. The other one I wasn't so interested in. So I might just be cherry picking these ones. All right. Next up, we got Batman and Robin, Year 1, number 3. Yeah. Mark Waid, Chris Samnee. Love the Chris Samnee art. Love that he's finally getting to draw these characters, as I've mentioned before. The story's okay. I don't know. The story's not doing it for me all that much. To be honest with you, Mark Waid is going through, like, he's trying to tell like stories about gangsters in Gotham, and there's a lot of that happening right now between the Long Halloween stuff and other Batman stuff we've read. I just felt like he could have went with a way more interesting angle other than like the mobsters are at war again and Batman's in the middle of it. I really like the Batman and Robin parts of this book. Like whenever there's scenes with Robin trying to describe the relationship of him being a kid with Batman, like there's a great scene where Alfred basically gives him shit for like, the fact that he should really get involved more, that he's not a babysitter, like he's not going to be doing shit for him. He tries to like go in his room and show him how he's like hanging out in his room and the whole place is a mess, and that he's basically always like giving him the runaround because he's a teenager. So I like that part of it. But as far as like the Batman adventuring goes, it's nothing original nor the stuff that we haven't seen. If it wasn't for the great art, I would say it's a very basic story in that regard. So I'll give this again a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah. I mean, again, it's just the story is not that great right now. At the end, the way this issue ended, it looks like Batman may have been killed, but of course he isn't. This is a 12-issue series, so we'll see what happens. Same time, same place next time, guys. We'll see him somehow get out of that situation, I'm sure. All right, Batman Superman World's Finest number 34. Try to do some quick hits here. Again, this is Wade. This is a one-shot story, this one, and the artist that I've really been enjoying that took over after Dan Mora didn't draw this one. He's some artists. Oh, you got that cover. Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
Chris, I couldn't find this cover. I thought I pre-ordered it. I missed the boat. Damn it.
DNA Zatanna.
Yeah, I love that cover. I got to find myself a copy of that. I missed I couldn't find it this week. But anyways, this is like a one-shot story with Crypto and like the pets, the super pets, essentially Batgirl, Jimmy Olsen, and the super pets. It's a one shot with painted art from this other artist. Forgot the artist's name, Fran Galan, who I'm not familiar with. Apparently was the artist and colorist here. It's more of like a painted style. It doesn't look bad, but I kind of miss the other artists who have been getting.
Definitely a step down. I did kind of leaf through this one. It is a step down from Dan Mora and then the guy who replaced him.
Yes.
But it looks like this art would be right for the right story. And I don't think this is the right story for this art.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. The artist isn't bad, but I just like I much would have rather the other artists that we've been getting after Mora. It was a one-shot story. It was fine though. It was, cutesy, I guess. Like you got the super pets involved and Jimmy Olsen, and it's just like, it's a fine story, but it's nothing like to write home about. So likewise, I'll also give this the 3.5. Again, just because it's middle of the line, it's not bad, it's not great. There's things to like about it, there's things I don't like about it. So yeah, I won't give it less than a 3.5, but there's an alien that's basically messing things up currently, and they are able to take him down. It's basic one and done type story here. And yeah, the hat's too hot. Now I'm taking it off. Oh god. All right. Next up, The Moon is Following Us number 4, which I know, Chris, you said you didn't get a chance to read. This is still good. I'm still really enjoying this series. Where's my cover here? I got the Daniel Warren Johnson cover. Again, you get Riley Rossmo and Daniel Warren Johnson on art duties in this, which is great. And the story is moving along. I'm really enjoying it. In this one, they actually are able to get a hold of their daughter. They actually get a hold of her after it was revealed last issue that her mother is basically pulling the strings on this whole scenario in this dream world. And, she's trying to figure out what the deal is there, like what's happening with that, why her mother is there and all that. And all of a sudden, there's like a scenario where it's almost like an Inception like scenario where even though they're in the dream world, they have to go into like some other place, like another level essentially. And basically the guys tell them to basically get, save her daughter and take down the bad guy. They basically tell them, listen, if something happens to you in this realm though, like you'll die. Like there's nothing I can do about it. You won't come back. So the stakes have been raised by the end of this issue, and they're going to like another place within that world now, which they may not come out of it alive. Although they have they do have her child back. She's like still in like a sleep state, like of some sort. So she's not awake right now by the end of it yet. So, between the art and the fun story and the family dynamic, and now the stakes are getting raised, this is a great story. And I think it's like a 9-issue series, 8 or 9. So this is going to be a nice, I think when this is all said and done, I'm going to probably pick up the collection, but I've been enjoying picking up the issues and reading it like this as well. And great art, of course. So I'll give this issue a 3.75 out of 5. I really enjoy it. I really enjoyed this world in this series so far. Next up, The Question All Along the Watchtower number 2. Not much to say on this. This issue is not as good as the first issue, although she kind of learns a little bit more about this mystery of this murder taking place on the Watchtower. Now she's like kind of like the sheriff, so to speak, of the Watchtower or the Question. She investigates it in here. You learn that you get to learn a little bit more of the people that are on the Watchtower and their kind of parts, like what they have going for them. Like Nightshade has got like her own bar on the Watchtower, which is pretty cool. And you're just learning more about like this current setup of everybody there and like everyone's functions and roles there. And the interesting thing about this issue though is Bulleteer, I guess they put her in charge of like running the armory essentially. And she's kind of sitting there bitching to herself about, oh yeah, sure, I'll join the Justice League. Oh, you've worked in a stock room before. Maybe we'll get you to check. She's really pissed off that she got this job essentially.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, Eradicator shows up. So Eradicator seems like he's being mind controlled or being told to do something. So somebody is pulling the strings on a bunch of stuff that's happened to these people so far, the weird activity that is occurring on the Watchtower. Batwoman, also there's video footage of her helping commit the murder that just happened of one of the challengers of the unknown not murder, he's laid up in a hospital bed. He was referenced actually in the challengers, if you remember in that first scene, how one of them was missing. It looks like Batwoman was the one responsible for it, but it looks like she may have also been mind controlled. And the fact that Renee Montoya, the Question, and her have a history before with each other, she accuses her of this. She gets really pissed off. She's like, "How could you?" Blah blah blah. And anyways, it's okay, but not as good as the first issue. We'll see where it goes. I think it's a 6-issue mini. I gave this a 3.5 out of 5. Namor number 5. Not my favorite issue of Namor. I've really been enjoying this series. I think the balance of him doing past moments as well as current day stuff, Jason Aaron, that he kind of did with the Punisher, which we didn't really enjoy as much when he did it there. I think it works a lot better here. And you get to learn a little bit about Namor's mother in this issue. But there's a lot going on in this one. And I really, this is an 8-issue miniseries. I don't know if he's had 8 issues worth of story to tell. But every single issue, actually, you got some Invader stuff in this one. So that was good. It was okay. I just think this is probably I've liked this may be one of my more least favorite issues. Not to say that it was bad, I just didn't like the focus of what was going on in the story here in this one particularly. But there's still some good moments in here too. Now that I look over the art, so I'll stick with a 3.5 for this as well. Not too much more new stuff to say on that. Psylocke number 2. Oh yeah, that was Namor. Sorry, Chris, I got like a million here. I read Psylocke number 2. This is a great cover that Jae-Yun Lee or whatever her name is. I'm really liking this cover artist. That's about as much as I can say about this book. All right, next one. I gave this a 3. This was bad. This boring. We just talked about it, I feel like, last week. The main focus of this issue is her trying to save mutant children. Every single book that's the plot right now. So it's great. Like, I like Quanon or whatever her name is, Psylocke. She's a good character. It was a kind of fun one and done kind of storyline of her trying to save some children. But I feel like we're reading that story over and over and over again in all the miniseries and all the main X-Men books right now. And this didn't feature nothing that the other ones didn't. The central focus is Psylocke. That's about it. Other than that, you don't even really get that much cheesecakey art in this, which I feel like would have been good for this character for sure. The art's fine, but that's not even the angle here, essentially. And she basically saves some children out of like a ring of underground kind of fighting situation. Like they're making like children mutants fight each other, and some of them aren't even mutants. They're just being given the mutant growth hormone and basically set out to like fight each other. I mean, it's pretty messed up what goes on there, and she helps the children at the end of this. But it's just like, again, it may not be this book's fault. It's just like every book has something to do like if that type of plot right now, and I'm getting tired of it. I can't even remember what book I'm reading anymore half the time. Like I'm like, oh, there's Psylocke. Okay, I guess it's the Psylocke book because the plot's the same.
This doesn't give me a lot of hope for the Magic and the Rogue miniseries coming out.
No, I know. So anyway, so I give this a 3. It's fine. It's perfectly fine, but it's like I'm gonna give it the 3 because the plot is the same as every other X book right now. So. Nice cover. And then Black Hammer, Spiral City number 2, my final one that I read here this week. Really loved the first issue. I think it was my favorite of the week when it came out. This was okay. Definitely a step back in terms of like the setup, what they did in that first issue, and now this is just them kind of playing out the story. It's kind of focused on three different characters right now in this new Black Hammer story, and it's bleak. It's fucking bleak, man. Like Jeff Lemire, I don't know if he's written something this bleak in a while. It's pretty like messed up what's going on here in this new city, basically. So, like, all three of these characters are getting screwed in their lot in life right now in this new Spiral City, which is supposed to be a place, a new haven for these superhero characters that the world has basically turned their back on and forgotten about. And all of them are struggling. You're basically just seeing an issue of all of them struggling in their new positions in the world here. And you got the inspector and sector character there, the bug detective, noir type detective guy. Is the only guy that has any optimism in the book, but everybody else is just down on their luck and having a hard time. And yeah, it's good. It is pretty bleak. It's hard to find like bright spots in this book so far. And then the art doesn't, the art is like Vertigo kind of style, like again, also like a indie kind of artist look to it. So that's the direction he's going for the tone in this story. So I'll give this a 3.5. This isn't fun heroing, but it's not bad. It's an interesting story he's telling so far. All right, Chris, let's hear from you, not from me. G.I. Joe #2, next up on the docket here.
GI Joe #2. I guess we kind of find out they're in the middle of the battle there, and I guess Rock and Roll has been. He just got blasted near the end of the last series there, or at the end of the last issue, and I guess there's some good action in there. The Joes had their backs against the wall. Duke kind of does some crazy stuff here. He takes that Fang helicopter and sort of saves the day, and then I think it looks like somebody else was almost about to get done in by those Valkyries. I like them showing up. The Cobra Commander, I don't know, the crazy girl guards there or something. They're just kind of finishing off everybody. I guess on their side or not on their side, they're just shooting everybody up. And the Baroness comes in, so it's good that she's still on board with the team there. And you see a lot of them just kind of licking their wounds back at the pit. And I guess they introduced that new character, Risk. I'm not familiar with him, but I guess that could be something interesting. And we'll see how it goes there. I'm just upset that there isn't more crossover with the Transformers. And I think they do have a scene of Megatron there. I think Destro's kind of grilling Cobra Commander, and Cobra Commander's like, "No, don't worry, I got something up my sleeve." And no, that's it's a nice little touch about it. But I want to see more of this kind of crossover business here. Otherwise, it's just turning into another GI Joe comic, and it's not really what I'm looking for right now.
I really enjoyed this actually. I think the state, like, a lot of them get messed up in this issue, and it looks like Rock and Roll is dead. Like they're
Yeah.
not they're not pulling their punches here. Honestly, like I actually thought it was going to be a little bit less. Like ultimately something could happen. Maybe he'll come back. I don't know, but the way that they've addressed it or went about it so far in this story, it does seem a bit high stakes, honestly, so far, and they're not doing well so far. Like they're getting they're having trouble. Like it's not like GI Joe's just
Yeah.
rolling in there and taking winning the day. Essentially, they're struggling. Like there's internal issues on the team. This guy shows up, and I don't know if he's a new character, and he's a dick, right? Like he gets up in Duke's face. Like I don't know. I liked it. I'm liking the drama, and I'm liking the art. I'm liking it so far. I don't know. I really liked it. I thought this was I'm sure the Transformers, it looks like, are going to be coming into play soon. But oh yeah, and then Clutch is
Yeah,
basically
undercover.
undercover, which at the end I was like, "Ooh, what? That's crazy!" Like I was like, I didn't see that coming. Like being undercover in Cobra, like that's not an easy job, right? Like that's. I mean, I guess they're all wearing masks, so he's okay in that regard. It's like going
Well,
under.
he's got to get rid of that beard, though. He'll be the only Cobra guy with a beard. Well, I guess they have the face masks.
Kind of like sneaking onto the Death Star as a stormtrooper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many of them that look the same that you can modulate your voice, whatever. You're okay. But um, yeah, I don't know. That's just not look like it's a good position to be in, though. We don't know what happens to him. All of a sudden, at the end, they surprise us with that whole thing with him being undercover there. I liked that. I actually thought that was a good, interesting thing there to leave us out on. But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying too, though. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm in for at least the first arc. Guys, keep in
Oh
mind.
yeah, I'm in for this for I'm in for this over, let's say, Absolute Superman. And I just was looking at my solicitations for February, and I had to think hard about going for Batman and Wonder Woman, but I did stick it through with those two.
I did too. I dropped Superman though. Yeah. What'd you give this?
I'll give it a 3.5 plus. I don't know.
I liked this. I'm gonna give this a 4. Actually, I liked this a lot this week. I thought it was good. Um, Something I forgot to put out at the top of the show here. I forgot completely. Did you read Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns #4?
Yeah, I read that one there. I also read Nightwing too. I don't know if I put that out there earlier either.
Oh, sure. If you want to talk about it, yeah, why not? If you know the number there of it, do you know the number of the Nightwing? I'll look it up.
Okay.
I didn't pull the art for this. But did you want to talk about this? Did you like this or?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the story. I think this is he called the Silent Night, whatever the night that they're fighting.
Yeah.
He seems to be taking more shape. They're taking the battle to the castle. The demon, he's back in business, I think, in this one, and in full effect. I always like the way he's kind of talking with his rhymes, and when he does it too, I think he's talking to some punk. He goes, "How come you're not rhyming now?" And he's like, "Oh, I saved the rhymes for the battlefield and stuff like that." I thought that was fun stuff,
Yes.
and yeah, it's just a good story that's moving along.
Yeah, one more issue to go. Next week, the last issue comes out, I think, yeah, on Christmas Day, so that's fitting. I think the art's been decent, and yeah, not too much more to add. I know this is one of those books we've had to talk about every week because it's been weekly, but yeah, good story, not phoned in whatsoever. Fun story with the DCU and Santa Claus, and like Chris said, the inclusion of characters like Etrigan in this issue. Robot Man from Doom Patrol showing up, like that's made it a lot of fun actually. Like getting these other kind of characters that don't get as much shine, let's say, in outside.
Yeah, and even like with Santa Claus, there's always all these nods, I guess, to him being Santa Claus, because doesn't he do something with that Doom Patrol robot? He goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
I know you asked for an axe one time," and he gives him an axe, and he's like, "Oh, I meant a guitar, but this will do just fine." And
Yeah.
he goes around and starts, whatever, crushing the enemy. So
Yeah. That's fun.
it's just kind of, just some fun stuff that's always going on in this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What'd you give this one?
No, I'll give it a 3.75.
Same. Yeah, the whole series I think has been getting those ratings from us. Good. All right, yeah, go ahead. Nightwing 121. If you want to talk about that for a bit here.
Yeah, Nightwing 121. I've just kind of trying to keep up on what's going on there, even though I don't like Nightwing. But like I say, I mentioned this earlier. There's a new an artist in there was Dexter Soy. I had to look up because I thought his art was pretty decent in there. And coming off, I guess Bruno Redondo that was there with Tom Taylor. I forget who's writing this, but the story that seems to be going on is Bloodhaven has some spheric solution. Seems to be like some big giant mega corporation that is funding the Bloodhaven police, and they're sort of crushing the gangs in there, and Nightwing, he's trying to find out what's going on. Like the spheric solution has some nefarious agenda that he's trying to figure out, but he's also trying to stop the gangs. And so at night he's going down to the gangs, and it seems like these gangs are just people that are just trying to survive under the thumb of this the oppressive Bloodhaven police, now that they've all been upgraded to these weapons. And you kind of get a bit of a story that where some of these kids that were growing up, when Robin took over, or when Nightwing took over with the Pennyworth Foundation and took over some buildings to, I guess, to renovate them or put them under the Pennyworth Foundation. These people were kind of run out of town. So it's kind of a nice dynamic where, you think he's trying to help people and he ends up kind of screwing over the people he's helping. And yeah, I thought it was a decent issue, even though I don't like Nightwing, but things are going on. Things are going well in this issue. You should try and keep up with them.
I was gonna say, you make me think that I should go check it out now,
You
because
should go check it out. Just check out the last couple issues since it's over.
yeah, it's been 3 issues with this new creative team, and Dan Waters is the writer. I just looked it up, but 118 was the end of Tom Taylor's run, and after that, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm good with stopping. Chris, for somebody who doesn't like Nightwing, has been reading.
Well, getting back to the stuff that was good in the Tom Taylor run, it's none of this pirate baloney. He's back in Bloodhaven, and
Yeah.
kind of almost doing the Batman stuff, but Nightwing style.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I think you're making me want to go check it out now. So yeah, maybe by in the new year you might hear me talk about it, guys. I'll catch up on that one. So also, I just checked it out for this issue. There's a Dan Panosian variant. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, he can keep his Nightwing.
What'd you give this?
I'll give it a 3.75. I liked it.
He can keep his name. All right, not for me.
I'm surprised he doesn't have his blood in there. Dan Pinocchio seems to play the hits.
Hey, best ass in the DCU, man.
That's it.
Captain America 16, which is the conclusion of this run of Captain America, last issue.
That's a crazy issue to end the run on.
He even says that.
But anyway, I got the.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at that. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, these are some decent covers.
I like them. Yeah, he actually has a note at the end of this, J. Michael Straczynski, how he's like, yeah, sorry about this diversion these last couple of issues. Thanks for sticking around, guys.
I know, it sounds like his little write-up at the end there. Thanks for sticking around for this diversion. It just seems like nothing in this Captain America comic matters.
Yeah. And then he literally says, and like sometimes like the writer will say goodbye and it's on an opposite page of the last page. This is literally the last panel underneath the art, like his note. I'm just like, why? Why did they do it that way? And then like you said,
but I guess he's going on to do the Sam Wilson Captain America. Is that what was going on there?
They are, because obviously the Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff, I think, is going to be with the Red Hulks on the cover. But I don't think he's writing it. That's the thing.
Okay.
I think somebody else is. So he even says, yeah, I guess maybe he was kicked off the book. Maybe that's why he said that, because he was like, yeah, make way for this new exciting creative team or whatever. And I'm just like, this guy actually think that, or is he like, screw you guys? Like, I'm out. I don't know.
Well, that sort of explains this whole Captain America run here.
Yeah.
It didn't feel very inspired, even from I think we both started reading this in the beginning and it just went off the rails.
Yeah, we dropped it and then we came back for the last arc here.
Yeah, we came back for this last story with Spider-Man, Thor, and Cap. It started. I think these last two issues were good. The stuff I enjoyed is like kind of the banter, I guess, between Captain America, Thor, and Spider-Man. I don't think there was so much of it in this one here. Once they sort of saved this town of Broxton, I thought they'd have more of this meeting between Spider-Man and Captain America, because that's where this all sort of started, where Captain America was trying to look for somebody to hang out with, just to chew the fat with, and Peter Parker was almost in the same boat. And I guess at the end, they're like, oh, you're going to come in for a sandwich or something. It's like, oh, come on, give us more than that.
Yeah, like you said, this was kind of like a quick wrap up of sorts. And the big, I guess, conclusion to this was Broxton is now back. Like the city of Broxton is kind of like the Marvel movies. It's blipped back into existence essentially. And then like they even make a comment about that. Oh yeah, so it's weird. The city wasn't here, and now it's like it's back, like it never left. Like time has just stood still or whatever. It was fine, but like, I agree with you. I think the banner and the setup of this story, which happened in the previous two issues, was more fun than the conclusion here itself. But it was fine. It had some good pages. I thought the artist had some good stuff here at the end. He gets back with his woman there. The guy that had popped up there as part of this whole Broxton thing, right? So. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, here's the note here. My thanks to the readers who stuck around during this diversion.
It looks like they just kind of shrunk that panels just to fit this in.
It's so weird. That's what I remember reading this. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why? Why did you just put that on the next page? Anyways.
They don't even give enough respect to kind of explain what happened. Even at the end of the series, they, like you say, they got that full page at the end to kind of answer any questions or put their 2 cents in.
I know, it was just like, why? It's like either do it or don't. Like, I don't even know why.
I cash my check. Hey, I hope you like this. I didn't really try that hard, but
I know, calling it a diversion. Like the most I could think about that is what he meant. Like the last arc, the last 3 issues was just like a story totally like not what he was doing. And like he wrapped up his story at number 12, it seemed like. And then they're like, hey, do you got a few more issues? We want to line this up with the release of the movie. That's exactly what probably happened. And he's like, yeah, sure. I'll just tell us some random story here. Why not? and he ties
Yeah,
it.
I feel like when the editors or whoever pitched them, okay, you're going to write Captain America, but it can't have any effect in anything that's going on. It has to be absolutely non-effectual in the 616 world.
Maybe that's like his tongue in cheek way of saying that at the
Yeah,
end. How he's like, where he's kind of like, like saying to the readers, yeah, this was just baloney. So like, this was
yeah.
not.
They sometimes ask me to do filler issues. They ask me to do a filler series, and here you go.
Yeah, so
Brutal.
overall, I want to honestly say this run is like a 3.25.
Oh,
Uh,
easy.
yeah, but I liked the first bit of this series was really good. Like the first like arc or whatever. I
Yeah,
really
that's some hope to it. And then what? The demon showed up.
yes. Yeah. I think like around 7 or 8 issue we jumped off. And then we kind of came in for this last story, which wasn't bad. So
Yeah.
that's why I'll give it like a 3 or something. I didn't read the whole run, so maybe it's unfair, but it got bad, it seemed like, so I jumped off of it. But
Yeah.
anyways, what'd you give this issue?
I give this issue a 3.5, and like you said, I can't comment on the series.
Yeah.
I didn't even kind of keep in touch with what was going on
So yeah,
in
same.
there.
3.5. Next up, Fantastic 427.
I got another one of those Capcom covers.
Oh, let's take a look. Doom. Yeah, I know. I wanted to pick this up. I think I dropped the ball not grabbing this. That's sick. Yeah.
Nice cover there.
Yeah.
And this is another filler issue. Well, I guess all this whole series has been almost filler issues,
Yeah.
but this one's more based on the kids, basically focusing on the I guess Ben Grimm's skull daughter. I don't know what her name is. She's trying to just fit into the school, and they've been talking about shapeshifters and all that sort of stuff, and how they're monsters, and she kind of gets a little bit of a complex about that. But then she realizes she can use her powers to help her family out there by getting them out of trouble. And I guess the Fantastic Four get called away to New York to take care of some business there. And the Mole Man thinks it's his hunt. This is his time to shine, so he attacks the school where the kids are. And basically, the Skrull here tries to fool the Mole Man into thinking that the Fantastic Four is there. She doesn't do a very good job, but she wins the day anyways. Then the Fantastic Four comes back and say, "Oh well, you're
Right.
good who you are," and she realizes she doesn't have to be other people. She just needs to be herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, good family story.
Yeah. Not bad.
Love
My
3.5.
favorite part was when she started acting like
Oh,
like
Mr.
Johnny
Fantastic,
Storm.
trying to talk to Johnny.
Johnny Storm was my favorite. He's like, "Flame on, flame, yeah, flame by, flame." You just kept saying flame, whatever. And that guy, the counselor or principal, whatever he was, he's like,
Yeah,
I've never met him before, so I don't know if that he was being weird or not. He's
yeah,
like he has no context for it. That was the best bit of this comic, this one here. So I like that. Otherwise, yeah, I agree with everything you said. It was fine. Um, what'd you give this?
yeah. I give it a 3.5.
Same, yeah. Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #5. And this one, we get Derek Robertson as the last guest artist, I think, on this. I think the regular series artist starts next issue. And yeah, I got the Casey Jones story in this one. What'd you think of this, Chris?
Yeah, it's a Casey Jones story, and I guess a bit of the what's that? I don't know. Is it the mayor or whoever's trying to run the town?
Yeah.
It kind of starts out not being such a bad guy, I guess. A bullied kid, and then I guess now he's got power and he's just bouncing back. This wasn't my favorite issue out of the last four. I definitely enjoyed that fourth issue a lot more. I'm not a big, I don't have much history with Casey Jones, so I don't know what he's all about. So it was kind of interesting to read him here. And, I'm happy that he's in the story, and I'll see where things go. But this was my favorite issue.
I agree. I think I really enjoyed seeing Derek Robertson on this issue. I really like his art. Um, Again, I just think they worked with some really fun artists on this like first arc of introducing all the characters. But yeah, I agree with Chris. This is probably the weakest out of the first 5 issues, I would say. Other than the introduction of this bad guy, I really wish they spent more time with Casey Jones, this being his issue, right?
Yeah,
But otherwise, I don't
yeah.
think
Like I thought this was more of a history about the
yeah,
whatever that politician than Casey Jones.
that's right. Which you have Casey Jones on the cover. They hinted that this is going to be the Casey Jones issue. Well, it is. Like, it does introduce him. Like, this scene was awesome when they show him, like, working his way through the crowd here and kicking
Yeah,
ass. But I just think that he's a much better character. Like, he's a great character that they could have really spent some more time with, and instead he built up this mayor as a villain.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking. Even these 2 pages where he shows all the turtles look great. Like, yeah, but I think story wise, I'm just looking forward to the next one where we can actually. It seems like everything's set up and in place now. Now let's see what he has in
Yeah.
mind.
Now we can kind of get the series on the road now.
Exactly. Yeah. Because the last couple of issues prior to this, I thought were fantastic. So this one was left a little wanting in that regard. And it looks like this may or may have shot him at the end, Casey. So I guess we'll see what happens there. But what'd you give this?
Yeah, it's 3.5 for me.
Yeah, I would probably give it less, but because of the Derek Robertson art, I'll stick with the 3.5 as well. All right, Sacrificers number 13.
Oof. This is another series.
It's great.
Man alive, I want to get rid of it, but it's freaking always so good.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
like, I don't know. I think the story is great here. Whatever, you got this pigeon guy. I guess I don't even know how he got captured here. These are all like sort of one issue, or like these are all new beginnings to me all the time. It seems, and he kind of they're taken into whatever this factory or something. It's almost I don't know. If it's like the Charlie Chocolate Factory where they're kind of just singing along with everything, and or like a Thunderdome kind of vibe to it. And this pigeon here, I love him with powers. I think it's great. He just turns around, he freaking slaps these guys around, and he goes to the whatever I don't know what you want to call him, the governor of this whatever factory, and he starts slapping him around, and that governor kind of sends all those, I don't even know what kind of enemies they are, but they all turn into metal, they all melt, and they have this pigeon sort of captured. And basically, they have a kind of couple point of views there where, you got this young, I guess, naive hero, and he's trying to tell him, hey, all this stuff you're doing is wrong. And he's telling him, look, this is the price of business. Someone's got to run this place. And, it doesn't look like these people are there against their will. They seem to be either brainwashed, but they seem to be happy to what they're doing. And I guess the big turnaround there was when the pigeon sort of explains his side of the story.
Yeah.
And the whatever that guy was, he seems to be game to go. Like what he tells me, he goes, we're gonna go try and spread the word. We got to give the power back to the people, and if they don't like it, he's like, what are you gonna do? Well, we'll kill him. And this guy's okay. Let's rock. So that was an interesting turnaround there.
Yeah, it looks like he might have other people seeing things the way he is, with the way this world operates here. And they may have other people on their side, or if they don't take their side, then they're just going to kill them. The way he put it there at the end, he's like, "Yeah, we'll take care of them. Don't worry." And it looks like this guy creates, like, I don't know if these are like clay creatures or something like that. Like, it's basically all these things that he makes. Yeah, it looks like they're made of clay, like they're hardened
Yeah,
clay.
they're like, I don't know, like some malleable metal or something. I don't know
Yeah,
what, but
but just great action sequences. Very, like, the story just moves, and it's
yeah,
great character work. Like Chris said, it's just a great comic, and the story just keeps you. It puts it hooks in you, and doesn't let go, because like every issue, like, yeah, I didn't know you were struggling with trying to drop it. Me myself, I've been really enjoying this, but even me, like some of Remender's books, as much as a fan of as I am of his, I'll drop them in single issues because I'm like, oh, this will read better in a collection or whatever. This is probably my favorite series he's done in some time. I love this series, and I don't think it's going to go on forever, but we're on issue 13 already. I could see this easily going to like issue 20 at least.
yeah.
The
And
story.
like when there was a bad issue, it might be like one. It's never two bad issues in a row.
No, yeah, it's always keeping our attention, honestly, and yeah, it's just like it's a revenge tale, which are some of the best type of stories you can tell, right? So like that's like basically, is he going to get redemption though as a character, because he's doing some pretty awful things now, as pointed out to him in this. He's like,
Yeah,
you're also killing a whole bunch of people now, buddy. Like, that's what he said to him in this. He's like, yeah, you're right. Like, so like, I don't know. It's just, it's
yeah. It's just crazy. It seems like, if he does get his wish, I think the world's going to go to hell anyways.
all right. All right. So what'd you give this?
I might have to give this 4.25.
I would agree on this. Yeah, this week. Yeah, I agree. It's good stuff. Wonder Woman 16, Chris. Bruno Redondo, guest artist on this issue. Speaking of him, mentioned him earlier. Nice
Yeah,
to see him on here. He's been kind of bouncing around lately since his Nightwing run. So
that's it.
Detective
Just with
Chimp.
the cover here. Detective Chimp. What can you say about this chimp? I freaking loved him in this issue. I didn't, I don't have much experience with Detective Chimp. I've kind of seen him, I guess in that Plastic Man where he had some cameo stuff. But I haven't really seen him like front and center in an issue like this. And he freaking takes that Sovereign guy for a ride and he just works him the whole way through. And then at the end, when Clark Kent shows up, it doesn't even have to be Superman. He's just Clark Kent. That's the only thing I got to say is, though, if this Sovereign guy is so bad, Superman's right there. Just fucking grab him, boom, throw him down, party's over, and that's it. End of story. But I guess it wouldn't be the end of a story like this. I guess they want to get him the right way. And they really seem to be turning the screws on him. And I like the way they did it. And, they kind of call back to Steve Trevor, so he's still sort of integral to the story, even though he's dead. And I have nothing bad to say about this comic.
This was a really good issue of Wonder Woman. Yeah, I really liked this. I love the inclusion of Detective Chimp. I also really love the inclusion of Bruno Redondo drawing this issue, which was a nice treat. And I like how every artist that comes on, even though they're even the artists that have come on in between, like Daniel St. Pierre, who's like the main regular series artist for the most part on this run, but there's been a few issues where he isn't. I like how they all adapt to doing like the nine grid sequence, like that Tom King kind of usually writes for. Like I like seeing all artists do this type of style, like where it's like I'm gonna do like the 9-panel grid type of style, and it just seems like they just bring their A game whenever they do books with Tom King. Like Bruno Redondo's a great artist. We've talked about him here on the show before. He's an awesome artist, but like it just looks great in this issue. He's like he brought something a little extra almost to this issue. Like if it's just like one issue with Tom King or one or two issues that he's gonna do, he's knocking it out of the park. Like look at these pages. It's great stuff.
Yeah, but like even though they have these small panels, in other issues or other comics, sometimes they have the small panels. There's just no detail in them. All these small panels. If you blew them up, they could take up a whole page, and it'd still look great.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing that I don't love is how he's like this stupid Wonder Woman story that's going on in the background. Like, just get to the point already with that whole situation. Like, I get it. Like, it feels like it's been set up like in the background for like the last 3 issues already. That Wonder Woman stuff. I kind of want them to stay. I know they're going to get to that point, and he's just building it up, but. Everything else in this book was great, but then in between it, you also had to oh, look, this is her holding the baby. Like, why even put that in
cut those pages out.
I get it. He's building up that whole other thing, but just give me a whole issue of Detective Chimp.
Yeah, that Detective Chimp was freaking awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So, anyways, what'd you give this?
I give this a 4.5. I loved it.
I'll give it 4.25. Oh yeah, and the backup story was kind of cool too with Jimmy Olsen and the Sovereign thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that was okay.
It was fine. Yeah. And then finally, Ultimate Spider-Man number 12, which I got 2 covers for. I think Chris.
Me too.
Yeah, here we go. That's 2 covers for her this week. The John Psylocke cover. Yeah, the artist.
Yeah, A cover.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic covers.
Fantastic covers for. I thought it was a fantastic issue.
It was.
I know what you felt about this one, but man, oh man, I don't even know how to explain this.
The ending, Chris. The ending.
If you don't even want to talk about the ending, I thought this was a good comic.
Yes.
Up until the ending, like even though nothing happened, it's what the. It was what the Christmas dinner. I guess they're bringing in some Mary Jane's side of the family. Her sister and her mother's there. And whatever you got
and she's
the kids there.
She's drawn
just the way
Aunt May too. She's drawn to look like Aunt May, her mother.
Yeah.
Like that just throws you for a loop too. You're like, what the hell? She's like, she looks kind of Aunt May-ish, your mother in this. I don't know.
And just the things that went on in there, like with Liz Allen calling all the time, and Mary Jane just like, yeah, just put it on hold, or just swipe right. I'll call her later. And that one time, I guess Mary Jane is talking to Peter, and he kind of doesn't say anything, and then she's like, "Oh, you're such a great listener." I bought that. I'm like, okay, that's
Same,
fine.
same.
And then fuck the end of this story. Like, how can you turn a story on its head in 3 pages? Like twice, not just once.
Yeah,
Oh,
2 epilogues in this. Yeah,
I
I
can't.
know.
I couldn't believe it.
I almost threw the book across the room. That's how surprised I was by that ending. And so basically, spoilers again, guys. This is a big one. You find out that Peter Parker that was there is not actually Peter Parker.
And
And
had a hint of venom in him. Like
yes,
when she touched his arm or his shirt, it went into that freaking. I don't want to say black glue, or black goo, but some black smoke.
yeah, 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 yeah. But you're right. He's not saying anything the whole time. And also, what he captured really well was just, again, stress of the holidays, family
Yeah.
drama. Like, these are actual conversations and relationships between people that exist in real life.
Like this would have been a good Christmas comic for Ultimate Spider-Man without
Yes.
the ending.
But then the end, but that's, you're right. But then you get to the ending, and I was not expecting that at all. And it just doubled down, not once, but twice with those endings at the end. Because then you
Yeah.
get Craven the Hunter. You get an update there, and it looks like he's got Green Goblin
He's got
and him, or a prisoner, essentially.
And so we should, like, Craven the Hunter is an actual hunter,
Yes.
and these are like two guys that have just become heroes a couple months ago. He should be able to capture him easily like he did. It just makes so much sense, and that's just like, wow, blew my mind.
So this is the last page. Oh yeah, happy Christmas. Okay, so that this is, you think the story's done. Then it cuts to this. It says happiness is being surrounded by the people you love. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Then you get back. Then it kind of cuts back to her finally answering the phone call from her, and then you get this whole situation here. Shock of the year, honestly.
Yeah, right there. It's like, oh, if it ended there, I would have been holy smoke,
And
what's
then you
going
get
on?
this evil, dead-eyed
Yeah.
and it's just like, whoa, right? And then you get this next scene here with the Craven epilogue, with them being held up on chains there.
That's crazy.
I cannot wait for the next year of Ultimate Spider-Man based off this, man.
And wasn't it just in the last issue where Ben Parker was telling him, watch out, things can go sideways really quick, and freaking not even 1 issue later, things gone sideways.
I mean, listen, guys, you've heard us, if you're a regular listener to the show, you've heard us talk about this book and how much we've enjoyed it throughout the year. Not to spoil anything, but I'm pretty certain it's going to make one of our lists somewhere on the best of the year Comic Shop Talk Awards conversation. Make sure to tune into that episode next week when it comes out, because it's been a great book throughout the year. Absolutely. Right. So I'm sure it's going to land somewhere on our list. Chris, what'd you give this one?
I got to give this a 5. Like,
are we going to go out
comic to give to a 5
at the end of the year? Yeah, I'm down, man. Let's do it. 5. This might be, everybody, Chris's first 5 of the year right here. This book.
That's a comic I need. Something that's a good comic, and somehow they still freaking turn it on your head.
Yes.
Great artist, great story.
Well said.
Anyway, something where you think everything, you know what's happening, no idea what's happening.
Yeah, well put. Yeah, absolutely.
In a good way.
Totally agree with you, and I'm going for 5 on this too. Yeah, that's surprise ending. Like you said, great comic up to that point. Without it, once you add that into it, it's just like, it gets the 5 status for us. There you go, guys. That's great issue to go out on the year on for us this time around. So there you go. All right, Chris, you want to take a look at some new comic solicitations here?
Yeah, I'm all down for that. I'm just going to take a little pit stop here.
Okay, so we got Marvel's March 2025 comic solicitations here. Shout out to comicreleases.com. No affiliation with them. We just like using the site. It's formatted pretty good. So take a look at what's coming out from Marvel here in the new year, March. Okay. One World Under Doom, number 2 of 9. Yes, I'll be getting this.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in on this event.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they go with this here.
Well, that's a good cover. I like that one. That's also good. Some good covers. Oh, man. Oh. What is that? Doom Dinosaur?
Doom Force, he's back.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Ryan.
He was out there. They had a 2-run in
2 issues. That's right. Oh, yeah, I might have to get that. That's pretty cool. All right. Okay, here we go. Some more spin out books. These are all the Doom books now. Doom's
Yeah, I'm not interested in any of those, unfortunately.
Yeah, Doom's Division. Not very interested in that. Really, what is this supposed to be? Like his own group of Is this like his mutants? Probably.
I think it's the Tiger Division or something, the South Korean one or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Somehow they're getting into the mix.
Yeah, leave Tiger Division. Yeah, South Korea is foremost effect. Okay, yeah. No, I'm not as interested in that one. Doom Academy, I might read digitally.
Maybe I heard Dormammu's coming into play
Yeah,
for this
this
somehow.
is him, or that could be his kid, who's also part of the Strange
Yeah,
Academy. So that looks. I might read this one. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up, but I'll probably read it digitally. I'm also kind of interested in this Thunderbolts Doomstrike. I'm interested to see what they do here. I like the
yeah.
Thunderbolts as a group. Fantastic 430. I'll definitely be reading it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll buy this one, but I'm reading it for sure.
Yeah. Red Hulk 2.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Oh, it's got Machine Man and Deathlock there, though. Okay. I don't know. I might read it. I like those characters. I might have to check this out. Again, I don't think I'll be picking it up, but oh, here we go. Doctor Strange of Asgard. I didn't even know this was a thing. I'm probably gonna get this.
Who's writing it?
Derek Landy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's part of that. Yeah, I think I've read some things by him, but it's not like a
Yeah, he did the Land and Landy. They've done a lot of stuff
That's
together.
right. That's usually
Nothing
both.
great.
It's usually both of them writing it, and they've done some good stuff. So, but this is just the one. Yeah, I don't know. Carlos Magno, I think he's the artist that just did Captain America, which we just read and talked about this week. So, I don't know. It's a Doctor Strange series, so I'm probably gonna grab it. Iron Man 6, no.
I might grab that. That one is that the one with the bombs coming in, or the insurrection, or the insurgents? I think that looks cool. Yeah. I might see what he's up to here against Doom.
Okay. New number ones and featured series. Whoa, I didn't even know this was a John Romita Jr. Godzilla versus Fantastic Four.
Fuck, no way. I'm out.
Because of John
Romita? What's Godzilla gonna look like? Come on.
Oh, that's a sick cover by Nick Bradshaw.
Yeah, sick cover. What about the rest of the comic?
That's who should
be sick.
That's who should be drawing it. Is Nick Bradshaw? Yeah. Oh man.
Give me a freaking stick figure for Godzilla.
Ryan North's writing it though. I don't know. This seems kind of fun. I might buy this. It seems fun. Maybe.
What does JR have on Marvel? Come on, he's got to have something on him.
He's fast. That's his main deal, right? So
I can be fast too.
Well, it says round 1 in a series of 6 one-shot throwdowns. He might just be drawing the first one. If that's the case, I think I'm in. Spirits of Violence, number 1. No, but that's a cool name.
Yeah.
Deadpool versus Wolverine, slash 'em up, number 1. No.
No.
Marvel and Disney, What If Mickey and Friends Became the Avengers? No. The Thing, number 1 of 5. Tony Fleece. There you go. That's cool. He's getting some more gigs here.
Yeah, I might read this, but
Leonard
Kirk. To be pretty good from what I hear.
Leonard Kirk got a cover by Nick Bradshaw. That's nice. It's not bad.
Maybe.
I'm maybe on that one too. And then J. Michael Straczynski continuing his one shots with Captain America that he's doing team up books. Nick Fury versus Fin Fang Foom.
Yeah, it's a nice diversion.
Yeah. Web of Spider-Verse number 1. No. I might read these this Fin Fang Foom one.
I'm sure they're gonna be good reads.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'd be fun. Pool Illuminati. That's dumb.
Yeah, nope.
I'm out on that one. X-Men Hunt. All right. Uncanny X-Men 11. Yes. Wait.
Yeah.
No, maybe not, actually. I think this is the one I'm dropping. No.
I might get that. I might get that second cover there with the She-Ra.
Okay, this one here. Yeah, that's cool. I think I'm out. I mean, I'll probably read it, but
I like the idea of this Manhunt. It's taken over 9 issues, and it's being all done in 1 month. So I can't complain about that. But I'm not buying them all.
And it's going through all the books, I guess.
Yeah, it's going through all the X books.
Okay, yeah. So I'm probably not buying Uncanny. I'm not going to buy NY. We might talk about it on the show and read digitally, you guys.
Yeah, I might read these ones.
Storm, I definitely will read. I've been liking that. Storm's been great,
I
actually.
think this might take away from what Storm's been up to, though.
I
Unfortunately,
agree. This is the problem with these fucking crossovers, right? They get dragged into things. But this is issue 6, though, so that means like 5 issues in, she'll probably be able to tell like
yeah,
whatever story they've been building up so far, and
yeah.
that's okay. If it's for one issue, then that's fine. X-Men 13, I'd probably be picking this up. Oh, that's a good Storm cover too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably grab that. That's not Phil Noto, is it? I don't know. I think they have this listed wrong here, but X Factor number 8, yes. Oh, that's a good cover. I like this one too. Oh, that's your boy, Greg Land.
That's it. From what scene is
Export.
that from?
Yeah, exactly. One where she's got her hands.
Got the shake weights going.
X-Force number 9, no. Again, I'll probably read all these digitally because it's an ongoing story, but
Yeah.
Exceptional X-Men I'm not picking up. Nice cover for this one too, but no.
Supposed to be Mr. Sinister showing up here, I think. Oh no, that's a different one. Sorry.
Okay, and then X Manhunt Omega number 1. I guess that's the finale. Gail Simone's writing that. Who writes?
Big things happening in this one. Maybe it's that road cover.
Well,
Is
hopefully
open order.
They clearly, they can tell that the reception so far, probably from these new directions of the books, they need to do these events already, right? So it's probably not been great, I would assume. Power Man Timeless, no. Eddie Brock Carnage, no. Bunch of facsimiles. Wolverine 7, fuck no.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm out. Weapon X-Men 2, no. Laura Kinney Wolverine. I don't know. I didn't love the first issue. I might be reading it.
Yeah.
I think I'm out though. Rogue the Savage Land number 3. Let's take a look at these covers. Yeah, they got me. I gotta get these covers. They're always good covers.
You can buy all these covers. They're all freaking great.
Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta get these covers.
Like I can't buy them all, but I'm just gonna go
buy a couple of them for sure. I mean, even the Carrie Andrews covers are great, right?
Like, yeah, the gay covers are freaking awesome.
Yeah, they've got.
Like, what are you gonna freaking put all this top talent on these freaking?
They got me in every single issue of this series, and it's probably gonna be garbage. But
yeah, and you're gonna have like freaking 30 issues just out of the 5.
If it's good, I'll be happy. I'll be so happy if it's a good series. But I don't know. Cable Love and Chrome, no. Phoenix 9, no. Magic 3 again. I gotta get these covers. Look at these covers.
Yeah.
Both of these. Gotta get that one. I mean.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm going with the Scott Campbell cover. He didn't film that one, and that one looks like you got to put some work into it.
That one looks good, and I love Jenny Frison too, so I have to get these. I mean, both of those again. Man, you're killing me. This one's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm glad my Psylocke didn't come in because they've been good covers, but there's also other good covers coming in too.
Yeah, these are great covers, but so I'm probably picking them up, guys. But just know that I don't have much hope for these books. Uncanny X-Men 12, no. Again, probably going to continue reading it digitally, but I'm not picking it up. Deadpool and Wolverine 3, no. Oh, that's a sick cover. That's a sick cover, though.
Who's doing this one?
Joshua Cassera and Ben Percy. Joshua Cassera is great artist. I mean, he drew a lot of the Duggan X-Men books that we really enjoyed.
If Benjamin Percy's on, when he's on, he's good.
I know this might be good. I don't know. It's a great team. I mean, like you said, it's a great artist, and Benjamin Percy, half the time he's good. So I don't know. This might be good. I'm not sure. Ultimate Wolverine number 3. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have big hopes for this comic. I think it's the good thing about this comic is going to be bringing in everybody else from the X-Men. I think Gambit and and Kitty Pryde is supposed to show up or something.
This is the
X-Men. This one.
I feel like they had to do this because Ultimate X-Men is not.
Yeah, it's really X-Men.
Right. Ultimate Black Panther number 14, no. Ultimate Spider-Man, yes.
Oh yes, for sure.
Great covers. Yeah, this one. Ultimate X-Men 13, no. Ultimates, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's been great. Amazing Spider-Man 69. Oh, did you hear about the new creative team, Chris?
Yeah.
I sent it to you. Yeah, Joe Kelly is going to be the ongoing artist with Pepe.
Why are they rebooting though? Like nothing's changing in the story.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm getting that cover there for sure.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. But Ed McGuinness, we got him on both of these issues, so that's cool. Oh, this is
Yeah,
cool. This is a
I
Juggernaut.
know that's yeah,
Oh, look at
that's
that
a cool
cover.
cover too.
Yeah, I'll probably go with that one, honestly. That's
Yeah,
pretty
because that's a little looking like Wreck Rap, but just the Juggernaut.
that's right, yeah. Spectacular Spider-Man 13, no. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, no. Spider-Gwen, no. Spider-Boy, no. New Champions, no. West Coast Avengers, maybe.
Yeah, I might be out there. I can't be buying all this stuff. I might
Second,
read it.
yeah. Second issue is coming out this next week, so I'll see how I feel about that one if I'm still picking it up. Sam Wilson, Captain America, 3 of 5, no. Werewolf by Night, no. Daredevil, Unleash Hell, Red Band, no. That's a nice cover though.
I might read it if it's good. It's hopefully it's just a good Daredevil comic with a different writer.
Erica Schultz isn't bad. She's the one that wrote she wrote that what do you call it? The spinoff from the Dark Web, the what's her name? Hollow's Eve. She wrote those.
Yeah,
That wasn't bad. All New Venom number 4, no.
I hear some stuff going on in this all new Venom
You gonna be reading it?
with Jack Pod and Paul in there. They might
Oh
be up to
wow.
something in there. Like they might be characters in this series.
Okay. You gonna read it?
I'll definitely be reading it. I almost want to buy it.
Nice
With
cover.
what's his name, Carlos Gomez,
Yeah.
and supposedly he's got a hate on for freaking Paul too. So
Oh,
there
is that
could be
right?
hope.
Who said
Well,
where
on his Instagram there, he's just happy to freaking post all the Paul hate.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's hilarious. I like him even better now. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. Infinity Watch, no. Scarlet Witch, no. Hell Hunters, I'm definitely reading it.
yeah, I
Uh,
think I'm picking this up this series.
TVA, no. Avengers 24, yes, I'm reading it.
Yeah, I think Black Cat's still involved in there. Well, as long as she's there, I'll be reading this, and
Yeah,
then after
yeah.
that, we'll see where it goes.
Deadpool 12, no. Miles Morales, Spider Man, no. Sabretooth, no. Namor, last issue, yes. Yeah. Moon Knight, Fist of the Khonshu, no. Wolverine, no. Daredevil 19, no. Is that the church kids over? Oh no, it's the bad guys. Okay, I'm like, it better not be
Those
those kids.
stupid church kids.
Immortal Thor, no. Incredible Hulk, no. And then we get into Alien and Star Wars. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So not much actually, to be honest with you. There's not too much exciting stuff happening right now. Marvel, I don't know, man. They need a reboot of some sort.
I don't know. They need something like even this big news with the Spider-Man reboot. I thought they'd have an answer to
Yeah,
Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb, the Batman Hush, and they come back with nothing. Oh, what are we going to do? Oh, we got a big announcement. We're going to do the same. Okay, Pepe Larez, perfect, great, I love it.
right,
But and JR, don't worry, we'll keep him in there.
right.
How can you have those two guys writing this or drawing the same comic?
I know they should just stop doing it by twice a month and just
Yeah,
put Raz on
for
it.
sure.
And then put another artist in as his fill in and just keep it moving. Yeah, I just think it's
And
stupid.
it doesn't sound like there's no reboot in the Spider-Man. They're just putting this to number one.
I know.
Like they're keeping the same characters. It's not like they're going to be starting something new here again.
Yeah.
Brutal.
All right. So here's the DC March 2025 solicitations. First off, here we go. Hush, the team reunited. Batman 158. Yes.
Yeah. I thought they'd come out with some better covers though.
Well, I don't see it listed here unless it's like some crazy incentive, but I did send you those I sent it to you the what do you call it?
Yeah.
What's his name? Sean Murphy covers that he's doing a connecting covers for I think a couple of issues. I don't know if it's his first one or not, but he is doing covers, so I'll definitely grab those if they're available in regular covers. Because yeah, you're right, nothing's blowing me out of the water here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I guess the Jim Lee cover obviously is the one to go
Yeah,
with.
I'll go with the A cover. It's not a bad cover, but I thought that, you get something freaking knocking your socks off.
Oh, James Gunn is writing this? Oh, that's cool. Peacemaker presents the Vigilante Elite double feature. Okay. Oh, no, story consultant James Gunn. Okay, Tim Seeley. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Tim Seeley. Like Tim Seeley and Tony Flex.
Yeah.
I know why these guys aren't writing together, but
Mitch Gerrits is doing something. Yeah, you know what? This is not a it's a one of five. Maybe. I am probably gonna grab this though. I do like
I'll,
this
I'll
character.
definitely read it.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if it's going to be Peacemaker in there.
Oh shit, Secret Six is coming back. I didn't know that. I love Secret Six. Steven Segovia is drawing it. Ooh,
Ooh,
I don't know
that
Nicole
might change
Means
things.
though. Is that the Dixie Chicks?
I might have to look into this then.
I don't know who that is. I love this team, and I and Steven Segovia's are drawing it.
Yeah.
1 of 6, maybe. Nicole Maine, Supergirl, right from acclaimed writer and actress. Yeah, I don't know who that from. The Supergirl actress. I don't know about all that.
I don't know
I don't
about
know
that
about all
one.
that, but I don't know if that means she can write a comic. But I do
Why are they
love
going to
this.
waste Steven Sokovia with some freaking no-name writer?
Yeah, I don't know about that now that I know that. I probably would go the Peacemaker one over this because I know the name, the writers more on
Yeah.
that, but I don't know. I'll definitely check it out. Harley Quinn Fartacular, Silent
Yeah.
but
Great.
Deadly #1. No, I'm good.
Yeah, we don't get enough of this in your regular series. You got to put out some one-shots.
Absolute Martian Manhunter. No.
Whoa. Doesn't even look good.
Absolute Green Lantern one. I might read these digitally. Maybe the first issues I'll try.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, man. They're blowing up this
Absolute
Unbelievable.
Flash. Yes, I'm on
This
board
is
for
Jeff
this.
Lemire, right?
Yes.
Okay. You got me on this one. I'll buy it.
Yeah, and this is his cover. I like that.
I might go with that stop cover, that one.
Yeah, that's it. That's Jeff Lemire, right? So yeah, I'm definitely grabbing that cover. Yeah, I'm in on this. I like Lemire. Oh no, but it says 1 in 25 variant by Jeff Lemire. Oh,
No.
that sucks. Come on, Lemire. Absolute Batman #6. Yes, for now.
Yeah.
Is that a Bisley cover? Looks like it, like the Lobo art. Yeah, I think that's him. Yeah, it is. Nice. Absolute Wonder Woman. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Sean Murphy cover. Definitely grabbing that. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
The
That's
comic
awesome.
better if we can pick up.
Yeah, it is.
That's on the block.
It's a regular variant. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the Sean Murphy variant. I saw him post that. Absolute Superman. No, but Sean Murphy also did a variant cover for that. Ooh. I don't think so, but I'll probably read it maybe digitally. Superman 24. Yeah, I'm reading this now.
Yeah.
I read that issue, the Doomsday one now. Good stuff.
Yeah. I know. I think this Doomsday might be over by here, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Action Comics. No. Now it's no longer weekly, though, so that's cool. Wonder Woman 19. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good cover. Wraparound, it looks like. Justice League Unlimited. Yes.
Might be out on this.
Okay.
Still read it, though.
Good cover. Who is that? Nathan Zerdy? Yeah. I'll grab that. New Gods 4. Maybe reading it digitally. Justice League The Atom Project #3. No. This is referred to. Was it in Challengers or New Gods that they mentioned that? I can't remember. Maybe Challengers.
Well, yeah, I think this is where all the superheroes' powers that have been switched, they're going to try and find out how to get them back, I guess.
Right. Challenge of the Unknown #4. Maybe read it. Aquaman 3, no. Zatanna 2, yes.
I'm just going to be reading this one. They'll be buying this.
Nice cover, so I probably will buy it. Green Lantern 21, no. Green Lantern Corps, no. Green Arrow, no. Flash 19, no. Metamorpho, no. Question All Along the Watchtower. I'll probably continue reading digitally. It's been okay. Shazam, no. Power Girl. Are you still reading Power Girl?
I'll just pick it up when the covers come out. None of those covers grab me.
JSA #5, yes. I've been liking this. Titans 21, no. Black Lightning, no. Batman Superman World's Finest, yes. What the fuck?
I don't know what the heck that one's about.
Why is Guy Fieri?
Welcome to Flavortown.
Why is Guy Fieri on the cover?
I don't know.
And featuring a very special celebrity cameo variant from the mayor of Flavortown himself, Guy Fieri. Come on. Why?
No.
Black Canary.
I'm not sure if I'm in on this or not. I don't know.
I think I'll continue reading it digitally. I'm not picking it up. Batman Office. You got Detective, Tom Taylor, yes. I've been enjoying this. Catwoman, what's covered we got here? Dan Panosian, yes. It's a pretty good one.
That's an okay one.
And Frank Cho.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not doing his ballpoints because then I'd be a torn.
Birds of Prey. I dropped this now, but I probably will continue reading it digitally. But I've dropped the issues. Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn. Unfortunately, that's a cool.
That's a nice cover, though.
Cool cover, yeah.
Even that one getting punched in the face, that's a pretty good cover too.
Yeah. Nightwing 124. Maybe now I'll be reading it. Chris is saying I'm missing out here. What the hell is going on? You play basketball. Shoot some mean hoops. Batgirl number 5. Yes, I'm reading that digitally. Batman and Robin, no. Batman and Robin year 1, 6. Yes.
What's this Batman Dark Patterns? Did that come out last week or this week?
It did, yeah.
Enough of that already. Because didn't they have like some free preview in the comics? Was it last week? The last few pages was this Dark Patterns preview.
Right. Yeah, that was the preview. Yeah, Two-Face had a preview before that. I don't care about that. Dark Patterns, I don't think so. Batman Long Halloween, Last Halloween. I think I'm dropping it, but I'm definitely going to be reading it. Black Label, Last Days of Lex Luthor number 2. Finally, a year later. I'm not even going to buy it now. I'm just going to fit. If I like it, I'll pick up the collection. I might read it digitally. Elseworlds. DC versus oh, so it's continuing. What the hell?
Looks like it. I'll take it.
Yeah, same. 7 of 12 now. Okay, because I think it was originally 6. Okay, yeah. Cool. I'm down. Yeah. That's a cool cover.
Second cover there.
This one? Yeah, I'm in.
A lot of good Wonder Woman covers in this DC versus Vampire.
Yeah. Creature Commando 6, no. Sonic the Hedgehog, what? Well, I'm pretty certain Christine's going to want to get that. I'll tell you that much. Teen Titans Go, no. And then Facsilimes. Okay. And very quickly, I know that Image is out. I do want to just point out one book I know that was in the Image solicitations. A lot of the other Image books, like, it'll be ones that we're reading or not already, guys. So I just wanted to point out of the new books, something that I heard about that's worth checking out. Oh, yeah. So you got Bug Wars number 1. That's a Jason Aaron book. It's a miniseries. That might be good. I don't know. I'm not picking it up, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I don't know. Jason Aaron hasn't sold me as a freaking great writer yet.
I like his stuff.
He's written some good issues.
Yeah, I like him. He doesn't always bat 1,000, but whatever. I'm probably not going to pick this up, but I'll be reading it. Hive number 1 also looks interesting. This is an artist I really like that's drawing it, Mike Henderson. That might be worth checking out. But the main one I want to point out here, and where the hell is it? Because I feel like we've already seen it already. Is it not in the solicitations? Hold on.
There's still the G.I. Joe. There's still Transformers.
Yeah.
They got some Spawn and some Scorch covers that I'm probably going to be picking up.
Blood, Geiger still kicking.
Yeah, Geiger. Yeah, I think I picked up Geiger in February.
Well, maybe it's not in the solicitation. Moon is following us. Maybe it's not in the solicitations. I don't know if it's in this one. Maybe it's the next one, or they just don't have it listed here. Basically, the thing I wanted to mention was maybe it's the next solicits. They just mentioned the fact that Robert Kirkman is returning to Invincible with a series called
the Beast Battle?
Battle Beast, yeah.
Battle Beast, yeah, I think it's in there. I saw it there.
Ryan Otley is the artist on it, who used to be the main artist of Invincible. That is definitely worth checking out, everyone. Even if you're new to Invincible, check this out because it's a series about this awesome character called Battle Beast from Invincible. It's one of my favorite things that Kirkman has done outside of Walking Dead is that series. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Yeah, I don't see it here. I don't know, but
yeah, I thought I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, I think it is. I think they just messed up and it's not here in the solicits. I think it comes out in March, if I'm not mistaken. But absolutely check that out, guys. I'm really excited by this news about him returning to the Invincible world. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be picking that up if it comes out March or April, whenever. I'm excited by this. Ryan Otley's a great artist, and he got popular on Invincible. Like, he's perfect for that book. So I'm really looking forward to that. Him coming over to Marvel, he did some okay stuff between the Hulk and the Spider-Man stuff we talked about, but I don't think it was like a great fit for him, to be honest with you. I think he's meant to be on like a book like Invincible. So, all right, Chris. I quickly want to show off a couple of covers here too. I think you already picked this one up, Chris. I missed the boat on this originally. This is the Dan Padosian Captain America variant. Did you get this one?
No, I don't think I got that one. No.
Oh yeah, this is a sick one. It's got the bloody shield, and I want to show that off. And I also picked this up in my travels here. Black Cat #1 by Archer.
Ooh, I think I got that one. Maybe not. That's a nice one.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So I want to show those couple of new acquisitions there off. All right, Chris, what do you the next 2 weeks, if you can pull that up? Do you have that
Oh,
ready?
the next 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got next week for Marvel here ready to go. Let's see. Amazing Spider-Man 64. I think I got X-Men 9 still in there. Might read. What's that? Oh, not read Expectix. I think Iron Man I'm out. The Wolverine Revenge #4 is out. This time slide, I've been reading a lot of stuff that might be happening. I heard there might be a Marvel incursion with the Ultimates. I hope not.
Oh.
But I think West Coast Avengers 2 definitely read. The Hellhunter's coming out, so we'll see what that's about. Hopefully I didn't get burned on that one. And then for January 1st, we have the Ultimates #8. I think Avengers 22 with Black Cat coming in, so I'm there for that.
Yeah.
X Factor 6, definitely read. I don't think I've been picking it up yet. Oh, and that's it for Marvel. I thought there'd be some more in there. And let's see what's going on with DC. Yeah, Superman 21. I think I'm still with Justice League Unlimited 2. Absolute Wonder Woman 3. Oh, there's Gargoyle of Gotham. Is that who's that guy that's doing it? That Grandpa something?
Raphael Grandpa. We talked about the first couple of issues on the show.
Yeah, I think I bought them. I haven't even read them yet.
It's taken forever to come. You might want to pull those out and read them then, because it's taken like 5 months for the last issue.
Yeah, that kind of came out of the blue. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. I haven't
That's
ordered.
got Harley Quinn and Power Girl. Might check those out. I think I have Best of the Best 2, the Black Canary.
Yeah.
And the Silent Night. See what's happening there. That's looking good. And for the January 1st week of DC, Batman 156. I think I got Absolute Superman 3. I'll see what's happening with Batgirl, JSA. I'll try and read this Atom Project. Could be interesting, but who knows? I don't think so. And I think that's it for DC. Not much coming out really in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And for Image, because we have Void Rivals, Geiger, reading all those. Might have the Scorched. That's it for this next week. And the week after, maybe Spawn. Trying to reach Savage Dragon. I've been enjoying that. I got to start buying that, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you always have good things to say about it when you get around to reading it. Yeah.
What about you? What do you got coming in?
So next week is big for me, the Christmas week, and then the New Year's week not so big. So I mean, that's kind of why we put these 2 weeks together around this time, guys. It kind of works out as well, like for our break here for the holidays. So next week's big though for physical releases. I got Absolute Wonder Woman #3, Amazing Spider-Man 64, Batman Gargoyle of Gotham #3, Batman Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, Batman Santa Silent, all Batman apparently, Batman Santa Silent Night Returns, the last issue of that.
That you fall down that Batman rabbit hole, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I am reading Black Canary, but I don't think I pre-ordered it. Nice covers on that one too, but I don't think I pre-ordered it. Detective Comics 1092. Then you got Harley Quinn 46, David Nakayama cover on that. I like that a lot. Justice League Unlimited #2, Mystique 3, West Coast Avengers 2, and X-Men #9, which a fantastic looking Psylocke Marvel vs. Capcom cover on that one. That looks great. And then Creep Show #4 and Void Rivals 15. And that's going to do it for next week. And then the physical releases, anyways, there's some books that I'll be reading digitally that Chris had mentioned, some of them. Absolute Superman this is for the new year now, the week of the new year, where we will have our first show back in the new year, everyone. Absolute Superman #3, Batman 156, JSA 3, Ultimates 8, and X Factor 6. That's it for that week. 5 issues. I'm picking up physical issues that week, so that's a bit of a smaller week in comparison. So yeah, I mean, but there might be some other things digitally. So expect a big show when we do make it back in the new year. And again, final reminder for everybody: next week, make sure to check out the episode that will be dropping instead of Comic Shop Talk, our Comic Shop Talk annual award show, where our 3rd annual episode, where we're going to talk about our favorite things we kind of read this year, give out some awards and such. All right, that's going to do it for what we're looking forward to checking out the next couple of weeks. So everyone, Chris, your favorite book of the week?
I did enjoy Wonder Woman and Sacrificers, but hands down, no question, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, we gave it a 5, guys. So yeah, it's got to be Ultimate Spider-Man. I agree with you though. Those are the books like that were in contention for like getting the favorite of the week. We are both in agreement for our favorites this week: Wonder Woman, Sacrificers, and then Ultimate Spider-Man. Ultimately, though, yeah, had to be Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean that's a way.
I can't wait for the next issue.
Yeah, same. So yeah, that'll be our last favorite of the week for the year. But make sure to tune in the new year to catch up with us, and you'll get the final week of the December kind of talked about then as well. So always a good time. All right, well, Chris, thank you once again. Great year of talking comics with you. Cheers. And all you guys out there, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Yeah. We'll put on the hat for this. Yeah.
On the hat for the end.
Yeah. Very Merry Christmas if you celebrate it or whatever else you celebrate, and have a happy new year. And we'll see you in the new year for a brand new episode of Comic Shop Talk, episode 160 there. Make sure to like and subscribe. And thank you once again for everybody that discovered our show this past year. We really appreciate it. All right, guys. Take care.
All right. Cheers.
See you, Chris. Bye.